fellow Toastmaster and lovely guest today. Today I'll be talking about myself. This is my first speech in this team. This is my icebreaker speech. Frankly, I am somewhat nervous. I'm very nervous talking in front of people, but hopefully, since I'm just talking about myself, it will go smooth today. I came from Nepal. It's one of the main city, central city of Kathmandu, central city Kathmandu. Yep, my parents, they came from poor family, but they pushed themselves really hard. They worked really hard, and they provide us with all our needs. And I grew up in a middle-class family. My parents didn't have the luxury. They put a lot of effort trying to give us good education, teach us good values in life. But as a kid, I was always a rebel in the family. My brother was just the opposite. He was always on the good side, and thankfully he was there to always keep check on me. Otherwise, frankly speaking, I wouldn't know what I would have ended up being as I grew up. As a kid, I was always passionate about all the bodybuilding, cartoon movies, everything that I watched. It was all about masculine, like I used to watch He-Man, Superman, and all those other comic book as well. That's why I guess I really pushed myself. I used to work out really hard. Among my friend circle, I used to be one of the strongest one, a bulkier one, and it has both good and bad side, I guess. Some of the weaker friends, they made me friends. They wanted me to be in their circle because they would get protection from me. But whereas the other bad people, or I would say people who tend to do bad things, they wanted me in their circle because they wanted me to, they wanted somebody strong on their side. They didn't want it to be an enemy with me. So I had both good and bad friends. A lot of things that I do. Although I was in the bad circle, I was never a bully. But yeah, that's how I grew up. So my parents they tried to send me to a good school, although they weren't able to go to a better college and school. After getting my education in St. Xavier's School, which is one of the reputed schools in Nepal for high school, I joined engineering college. I guess that's when I got myself more into computer and IT stuff. The first computer that I had, I broke it. That's where I needed help desperately, because it's the first computer that my dad got me. I believe it was Pentium 1 or even older than that. It had about 64 MB of space, and that used to be a big deal back in the days. The first day I got it, I tried to clean up some space. I ended up deleting some system files, and it was completely broken. I needed desperate help. Luckily, one of my friends that I knew, he knew somebody else who was able to fix it. So when the person came and fixed that computer, I really watched closely as to what it did. Because if I run in the same situation, I wanted to be able to fix it. That's how I got into IT. That's the first thing that I broke and fixed, and after that I was able to break it again and fix it again, and that's how the journey started. Right now, and while doing my engineering, I was lucky enough to win a lottery. They call it diversity lottery to immigrate to US. So I was among the lucky few that was able to immigrate to US because of that. I got a permanent resident. I started working here, as well as I joined U of M college. That's where I did my Bachelor in Science. And while studying, I joined this company. They call it Secure Computing. It's just a firewall and security devices that they had. And over the time, that company has gone through a lot of changes, and different company bought it. Secure Computing was bought by McAfee. McAfee was bought by Intel, and now Intel sold different component of the company to different companies, and now we are Force Point. I have been with the same company for over 11 years now, and I think now it's time I move on. Actively, I'm seeking to see if I can join a different company. And here I am. Thank you, Toastmasters.